to stand with the people.
The champ is here.
I will not lose.
I'm a bad man. I shook up the world.
Yes, welcome. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with we. My name is EJ, and I got my man.
MH.
Yes, he is the DB of the show, and we are Black in Sports, giving a voice to the culture that won't shut up and dribble. And here today, man, we're bringing you back inside the locker room with topics in and around the game. MH, are you ready to do this?
Yes, sir.
Man, so kind of like going back in the archives, man, and just really thinking about some of this stuff. Trading cards, like coming up, like we weren't such a digital society as we are right now, right? So it was that something that you were drawn to, or that you were excited about, or I could say some people were excited about. I don't know. You're gonna have to kind of share with me, but what's your fondest or first memory of trading cards, man?
Yeah, a lot of memories. I remember going to they were always at the grocery store, the Topps cards, and they were always kind of by the checkout line. So I remember not to be asking Mima for a bunch of stuff in the store, because that could have led into some other.
That's what. Hey, I was gonna ask. You wasn't even supposed to look at that shit.
Yeah, that could have led into some discipline issues, especially when she said, "Don't ask."
Don't ask.
But Mima always took care of us. And trading cards were like, my first initial kind of step into like the analytics of sports, because on the front of the trading card, obviously you would see who did you got, or what the card was, or whatever the player was. But on the back, it would give you just kind of the stats of points averaged, or how many yards in the season, and where they from, that type of thing. And I don't know, it just it almost, in a lot of ways, it set dreams for me personally. Was just kind of seeing where they came from, how they do it, and how can I do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Great memories of trading cards.
No, man, definitely, right. And it's so funny for me, and I don't know if it's for you, like baseball was really the first cards that I just really remember gathering and going through that. And of course, I don't know if you remember, they used to put that hard ass piece of bubble gum in the trading cards. And like, even thinking about health, see, that's why we wasn't sick. We had strong immune systems, man. We used to do some.
We had some wild stuff going on between that and the Pez stuff, whatever that was, next to the trading cards. That Pez, whatever that
Pez dispenser thingy, yeah, man. And candy cigarettes.
Correct.
But no, man,
Mike likes that setting that the little twist thing for 2 years. They still hit hard.
Oh man, but no, it's so funny to remember that. But like, yeah, get in the card, there was like 12 or 15 cards in the pack, and you just open it up while you're chewing that stale brick ass bubble gum, to see who you got, right? And then after you collected so many, it was going to your friends and trading the cards and see who you got, who you're trying to trade for. So it was definitely a period of time, man, before it started with the baseball, and then it kind of went on for me.
Yeah, no, I think I started more probably with either football or basketball. I just remember those cards, and I didn't really understand early on that they lost value if you bent the cards, because it's not like my pops was doing a bunch of card trading. So I didn't really understand that.
And you bend the cards, you shuffling the cards like a shuffle.
Oh yeah,
putting them in your bike spoke.
Yeah, my brother took it to a new level when he got a little older. But my little brother, that's actually coaching basketball now. But we used to set up the cards by their position, like in a formation, right? And so
like we're about to play a game against each other.
Oh yeah, no, for real. Like, yeah, we play a whole game and do the commentary and everything. My brother took it to a next level. It's probably the reason why he coaches basketball now from a strategy standpoint. But I don't think we really understood the value of cards. We're going down each game that we played on that bed.
I played with it. And that's funny because like I do remember Topps being like the leader, right? That's the first cards that I really remember. And then Upper Deck came, right? And then they came with the like the new, like the shiny stuff on it or whatever, the coating. And then that's when the basketball really, like you said, took off, man. And you're getting the cards, and they definitely spent off into the football and things of that nature. But cards have come a long way, right? So I mean, they started off as just first it was just getting the pack of cards. And like I said, then it was the glossies, and then you started getting the ones like had the reflection on them. Like if you hold the post this way and you turn it, he's like dunking or something like that, right? Like all the different
Yeah.
from cards. But it's just funny that evolution. And then when you talk about value, right? The next thing was you started collecting these things. And then I remember getting my first I want to say it was a Beckett. I can't remember what the Bible was or how you kind of assumed to found the value. So like remember opening up your cards and like looking like, oh, it's worth 13 cents this month, right? And then going back and getting it, but like you said, not knowing the value. And then just how big it really gets into where they have the shows and like not knowing that these shows travel all these places for people to get these rare and one of one or like whatever kind of cards.
Yeah, and I didn't even know. I don't think I ever saw the value of a card. I just remember losing or hearing that they lost value if they were bent or something like that. And
Mhm.
so we I think my dad purchased us some like books, and so we used to collect a lot of them. I mean, every time we would go to a grocery store, we would try to get a pack of cards, and it just got to the point where we're ordering, by seasons in the league or by teams or
Yeah.
by whatever shout out to that plastic. They don't make plastic like that anymore because that 3-ring binder, that plastic, and that thing never tore. I don't know what I
And
don't know how they was making
listen,
it back then, but
they had well, it's probably toxic as hell.
yeah, probably.
I mean, that goes along with the food we was eating and
Yeah, that's
everything
true.
else that's going.
Yeah,
But it protected the hell out of them cards, though.
yeah, they protected the cars, and they never, it never got caught. The holes never broken. The 3-hole punch, nothing. Uh, yeah,
And
no,
you're a
yeah.
kid running around with it, so those things were strong as
Oh,
hell.
I know. Throw stuff it, not put it in your bag. Stuff it in the backpack. Going to my homeboy's house to
Tossing your
trade his car.
backpack.
Yeah, them things always stayed. I don't know how they did it.
Oh man, and then it's just so funny too. Then it went into some other evolution of the cards, and of course, I don't have a timeline because this is just really like a throwback. Just because we're kind of getting there. Where what made this episode come to fruition, but it was like you started seeing the wrestling cards, right? And then they had some off-brand. Remember Garbage Pail Kids or the weird off-brand nasty ass cards. So. Cards have done a lot of things, and it's just funny to see how they change because we kind of opened the show just talking about how it's digital, and digital cards were coming out for a while, about 4 or 5 years ago, to where it wasn't even a physical card. It's like, hey, I own this. NBA was trying to do it, NBA Top Shop, and I don't even know what they were called anymore. What were those digital cards called? Do you remember those? You know what I'm talking about, right?
You talking about
Wow.
like the NFT things or whatever?
NFTs, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
NFTs didn't last as long as cards did. I mean, cards are still going strong though. Like you could pull up in like a mall, and if some of you that are listening
Yeah.
don't know what a mall is, it's this really big location where they have multiple stores. It definitely have a Spencer's in there, and maybe two Finish Lines, depending on how big
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Foot Lockers your mall is.
Champion only in the
Champion.
mall.
But no, it was just you would have these sports collectible shows, and just like anything that you do, like that's collectibles, the value is really from the person. To where now cars are like, every now and then I'll see on like TMZ Sports, they talk about the Hodis Wagner, I think is the most expensive card. But now LeBron has some cards that are really like expensive because they have part of his like championship jersey is within the card and things
Card.
like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the design is just kind of revolutionized and just going to a whole nother level.
Yeah. I mean, and That's just in the sports industry. When I was coaching high school football, I mean, used to call one of our defensive linemen Magic because I guess he used to play a card game called Magic where they were, I don't know, it was like almost like Pokemon, but they just,
Was
the
trading.
game was, yeah, it was based on trading cards. And, I still have some coworkers today that I don't know what the game is, but a man plays cards, and it's not like at the tables in Vegas. It's whatever game this trading card thing is. So yeah, I guess it's an industry that's never truly, to your point, it's never really gone away. Just kind of evolved over time for sure.
And I mean, they just have value, right? And they're staying strong, right? So now I don't know what brands, right? Like, because like I said, we talked about Upper Deck. There's Pinnacle. Who
Panini,
else?
Panini,
Now,
or no?
yeah,
What,
no,
what's
Panini's
that?
still in the game.
Okay,
There,
yeah.
Panini is like, what was that comedian said? Like, I didn't know. What was it? What's the Smoothie King Arena had arena money, sponsorship money?
No,
Like
yeah.
Panini's like at every Super Bowl, any major sporting events. Their activations are sick. And speaking of, shout out to my homeboy Jason, VP of marketing for them. But they do really dope activations, and I mean, think about doing like a rookie collection. I think when the rookies go to
Yeah.
camp or like rookie combine, symposium, I think it's called, they all take a picture and they like get their cards made, so that's just
Yeah.
a unique kind of piece. And even conventions, I was at a few sporting conventions. So CCon that's held here, I believe they did it last year. And then I'm trying to think of Connect had one, and some other sporting conferences. They're having that, the digital, because you can set up the little digital photo booth, and you
Right.
go in there, and then they'll create. You can actually print off your trading card that they designed for you. So it still has that nostalgia around it, that people are still drawn to it. That they're like, okay, how can we take the technical part of it and then
Mhm.
recreate something for them? So it's good to see that staying power for it, right?
Nah, for sure. And then how AI has evolved and stuff. I'm sure it can, to your point, for a sports convention or really any kind of activation to standpoint. I'm sure that could be a big hit. So
And then so come to today, right? Just this year, the Colorado Buffs, they're always doing something. Dion and his team and his marketing people, everybody that's behind that whole engine to make that thing go, is they had one of one trading cards that they gave their top recruits. So
mhm.
it's like, shit, man, I remember my acceptance letter was on white piece of 8.5 by 11 paper. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? And now these kids are getting like trifold digital one of one, card. Like, what a way to, remember going to your first program. Now it kind of sucks with the portal because these guys transfer so much, but
yeah,
still, I think that's an awesome, like, hey, when I got recruited, here's this one of one thing that they created to tell my stats, how where I was in the recruiting, top DB or top whatever in the country, and to welcome me to the school. Definitely think it was a cool
no,
moment.
it's really cool. And when you have like a figurehead like Dion, who probably has some rare cards when it comes to you know his days with the Yankees, to the Falcons, to you know, Cowboys, and all those things that he's touched. I'm sure he really understands, the game, and how important and how cool, I guess, a trading card would be a one-on-one situation. So,
And
you
absolutely,
know what I'm
right.
saying?
And like you said, bridging that old with the new. So just
Yeah,
taking something, with, like you said, the digital or what they can create, man, just really awesome piece now. And of course, Colorado can't come without some kind of hate or some kind of thing. Um, the NCAA or people or someone, dry snitching and said something about like, oh, giving the kids value. So I don't know if they're going to be under probation or if they're going to look into it, or what they're going to say about it. So it'll be interesting. We'll hear about it as the season comes on, but it's always something against your Buffs, man.
yeah. What do they call those? Self-imposed infractions or minor. They just
They will police themselves.
yeah, they take a practice away in spring ball and keep it moving. So it's all good. I'm sure they'll be fine.
Absolutely. And then shoot, and just kind of seeing the correlation that it's happening in pro sports, right? So I just received, and or I've seen. I'm gonna just say I've
Yeah,
seen.
no, you
Well,
balling like
nah, it ain't
that.
about ball. I don't even know. Hey, EJ, man, let me get some tickets. No, I don't have.
Fair.
so
Good point.
so anyway, like I was
We've
saying,
seen. Yeah.
I've seen the Raiders, our hometown team doing the thing to where they launch, season ticket holders, like they're getting really creative with how they present and how they, thank the members and people that buy season tickets while, doing different things, always giving a gift each year or keepsake. And they went to like the trading card like model a little bit. So it's just funny to see a full circle. Have you had a chance to see him, MH?
I haven't. Shout out to Brian. I mean, she'll know who I'm referring to. I'm not gonna give her government out, but they do a great job over there. Every year, really creating something that's new and special for the fans. But the trading card thing is it's really interesting. I think it highlights the quarterbacks in Raider history and being the most important position in football, and you kind of get a lot of the history, and then that turns into kind of like a notebook or like a trading card book that goes back to our childhood. Um, but I think it does the point of you have something that you can keep. But like we were saying earlier in the show, is that the trading cards were like the history that was like the collection of them was teaching us the history of the game or whatever the case may be. It's really cool that they capture that moment in such a prestigious organization. They can capture it into some training cards. So shout out to whoever thought about that. That's real cool.
No, it's really cool, man. And just like so, even taking that, like you said, that far further is in this digital age. A lot of people used to, I think, and we've talked about this at one point in one of these episodes, about how people miss keeping their tickets to games. So
Yeah,
that's one of the
yeah,
perks of being a season
that's a
ticket
good
holder is
point.
they send you all of your tickets, and then even if you take your ticket to the game, the trading card, is your ticket, so you can
Yeah,
separate, keep the trading card, but still have your ticket to the game, and like and that keepsake. And I just think it was a great piece, great touch point to share that, that, like I said, season ticket holders can keep and have. So yeah, shout out to the team, the digital team, marketing team, the whole collaboration came out with that. It's just a step that they're, pushing in the right direction. So hopefully we see what the genius that we saw on the season tickets, we see that on the field.
agreed. Wholeheartedly.
So was there any card that you wanted, right? Do you remember a time period like when you were
Yeah.
in the trading card? Was there a card that you wanted?
Yeah, I never got a Michael Jordan rookie card, and that seemed to always be something that I feel like everybody had, but I don't know. I
Um,
don't. I feel like everybody said they had. I put it that way, but I've never I've never really saw one. Uh, so to have that would have been really cool. I did have a Kobe rookie card, but
oh,
again,
dope.
uh, that got creased up
That guy.
quickly. um, No, like I said, man, I just thought Mike Jordan rookie card would probably have been one that I really wanted. And then I always liked the Deion Sanders. I had a Deion Sanders with the Braves, but like I mentioned earlier, I really liked the Deion Sanders with the Yankees because I didn't even know it was real when I first started. I didn't
Mm,
even realize he, got drafted by the
yeah,
Yankees. So um,
yeah.
I always thought that was a cool baseball card.
Shoot.
Uh-oh.
I, like I got all this stuff behind me, and I was like, hold on, I think I have a trading card back here.
The Deion?
No, I wish I had. I don't know where all of mine are, but like our old boss when I worked for one location for the NFL, he's
Mm,
into this and he gifted us some stuff. I have a packet that I haven't even opened. So it's of course it's Panini. So shout out to Jay.
shout out.
Jason probably gave me those.
Shout out.
Like I said, they always have something. So next time you go to any sporting event, like the big ones, look for their activations. They usually have, of course they have the exclusive stuff, but they usually have something for the fans because they put a lot of effort and stuff into that. But it's funny. I have a season ticket trading card of Lamar Jackson.
That's pretty cool. Hold that up there.
There you go. You see that plastic it's in, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's that good stuff. No
That's
crease.
that good stuff, right? No creases, no nothing. I don't even know how to open this thing. It looks like
And the nostalgia of opening that crisp plastic sound of ripping that card. That yeah, yeah,
I don't even open it because I want it's nostalgia, right? So it's
yeah.
so funny we talked how we fell into this when we were talking pre-show to get to it, but it's something about it. So I mean, everybody that's watching this sees us kind of cheesing, but like literally just holding these right now, like I'm cheesing.
Yeah, that sound it make when you
When
put
you
the card in. That
card, I love it, man. And
only to
then
be
there's a
disappointed by
downside.
Glenn Doc Rivers as the first card on your pack. Get that out of here.
Or when they were selling the bootleg packs, right? So I remember I had a a Shaquille O'Neal 32 jersey. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute.
For the Lakers.
It was his rookies Orlando Magic. No,
Oh,
hold on. Or it was a 33. What
oh
if
yeah.
it was his wrong number? He was 32 in Orlando, and it had a big Shaq, like
Yeah, they
rookie card for
they put
33. I'm
you.
like, oh, I just got.
They used to and see like the Michael Jordan things always were kind of weird because they used to. You remember Michael Jordan had to wear a 12-1 game randomly because of
Random.
like the cut somebody stole his jersey or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so people used to say, I got the Michael Jordan 12, like all that the Michael Jordan stuff used to be like, yeah, you don't got that, man. Like
And then what's the card now that's in the news? I forget who it is, but it's the Menendez brothers, or is that the brothers that killed their parents and just got out of jail
yeah,
or whatever?
that's the oh
They
they
were
got out of
sitting
jail.
they were sitting courtside. You know how like because these are action photos that they're taking, and
Oh no.
someone's basketball cards have the Menendez brothers in the
Oh, that's
background.
wild.
Isn't that crazy? And the
Yeah.
fact that people look at that stuff and find that like, oh, this card is rare because his left shoe was untied, and
You know what's really rare right now? I mean, the Mendez. If you can find the what's called card, shout out to you, OJ Simpson. I feel like they've wiped. I don't know how they've wiped out all his
all
memorabilia.
of them,
That's
right?
part of the reason. Rest in peace. Part of the reason why he came out to Vegas to get his stuff. I don't know what they've done, but you can't find OJ anything anywhere.
And that,
So if
hey,
you got that, I don't know what the value is, but shout out to you if you had that.
and yeah, and like the reason people's value goes up and down is just crazy.
It is a
Right?
little
It's
got out of pocket. Yeah.
It gets so out of pocket, man. So, but no, it's a joy. So please, I mean, anything else for the people, man, before we get out here, MH?
Nah, we good, brother.
I
Trading
love it, man.
cards.
Trading cards. Yeah, man, we went back on that one. So if you got your
Good
trading
one.
cards, go up into your attic or your basement or your Meemaw's house, wherever they stored. Rip that package up, throw the card in your bicycle spoke. Y'all don't even know about
Ah,
that.
that's before
Definitely
I could
go
ride
back
a
to
bike,
that.
but all the real ones had it. That's
Go back
funny.
and remember that, man. And then definitely get a pack, man. It's a part of culture. Everybody has a little thing, but definitely shout out to trading cards. And please tell us what was your favorite card if you collected a card. Put that in the screen. Or if you did, what's that game you said, MH? Whatever game that is, put us on to what the card playing games are.
Oh, they play Magic or whatever. Playing now. I don't want to disrespect nobody. I don't
If
know
you
what they're playing now.
if you playing Magic, man, maybe come on, and we'll interview you on
Yeah,
Black Sports
I got
Podcast.
somebody.
Oh, you got
But
something for me?
that can go down. That can go down a lot of different paths that we don't want it to. So
All
maybe
right,
we met.
so then we stay away from that one.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, let us know what your favorite trading card is if you ever got it. Definitely tag it. Put a picture on the tag us on Instagram, and just let us know, man. But we hope you enjoyed the show. We have fun every time we do this, man. Just know we drop a new episode every Thursday. And always, man, share the ideas, other topics you want us to talk about. Other than that, man, please, you know the drill. Please stay safe, practice gratitude, and know we're rooting for you.
Screaming, all us blacks got is sports and entertainment until we even.
Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yeah. Yeah. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yo. Look. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Spent about 2 racks on handmade new rags. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. That's everybody from sports to college class to rap.